What's going on, guys? I'm SimpleSimon. I'm your comic book noob. Welcome to the NOOB Rebirth. I'm here at Big City Comics. Say hi, Mark. Hi, Mark! Hi! And today we're going to talk about comic book video games.
Video games! Yay!
You play video games here?
Yeah, when I had time.
Yeah,
in my life.
Totally.
I play video games, of course.
Let's do this. So Mark, I don't really play video games much anymore. Just again, like you said, time, right? So, but there was a time in my life where all I did was play video games. But I mean, you've talked to me a lot about video games and how you love playing and stuff, right?
Yeah, I love playing video games. I still buy them, you know, and I think of them like the things I'll do when I retire, when I have no more comic book store.
How do you buy games for your Mega Drive that you have?
Well, off the internet, man, you can still get them, alright? eBay has got heaps.
There's actually a big thing now for game collecting. So you can get games graded and things like that. Well, let's keep it comic book related. What are some of your favorite comic book related video games, mate?
Oh, look. Number one on my list is Batman Arkham.
Yep, that's a good one.
100%. That is, to me, that is the up there with superhero games. Look, but I can't really judge too much because I haven't played the Spider-Man one.
But you've played through all the Arkham games?
All of them. Yep. I love them. But you know, have you played like all the Spider-Man games? Have you played the recent Spider-Man games?
Yeah, so I was going to say, my favourite video game of all time, superhero-wise, would definitely be the Spider-Man. Not the Miles Morales game I've been playing, but very slowly because I just don't have the time. But the previous one, on PlayStation 4, the first one, sorry, that was probably my favourite comic book game ever. And Batman's right up there, but because I played the Spider-Man game all the way through, it is so fun swinging through the city and things like that.
Yeah, well, that's a Batman game, you do that as well.
Yes.
And that was the beauty of it. In Arkham Asylum, you're sort of like stuck into one island,
still
you know, Arkham Island, it's sort of like Arkham Asylum, and then in the center, in Arkham City, you got a whole city and you're swinging and you're driving and gliding.
Is it open world?
Open Gotham world.
Because that's the one thing about
just Gotham.
Yeah, that's the one thing about Arkham Asylum. Because I have such big breaks between having a go, I've gotten to a point where I haven't played it enough and I'm stuck. I can't get past this bit now and I'm just like giving up on it.
The asylum is tied to Blackgate Prison as well. So you're not only going through the asylum, you're going through Blackgate Prison. That's pretty much where you start off anyway. But it's a really good game. It's really good. It's got a good story. It's got good narrative. All three games have, and then you know, like absolutely love those games. And, you know, it's Batman. It's voiced really well.
What are some of the older games, mate? Like I remember one of the early Spider-Man games on PlayStation 1. I thought it was so sick. And this is what I wasn't even into comics, but I was like, it was such a good game.
There was so many good games out there. There was a Green Lantern game.
Oh, I don't remember that.
So when the Green Lantern movie came out, the Ryan Reynolds one, there was a game to coincide with that, and the game was better than the movie, to be honest. It was the Rise of the
Lanterns.
No, Rise of the Manhunters, it was called. That was a really good game. I have to admit, it was really inventive and really great with the constructs and that. You know, that just comes to mind, but I'm sure there's been others that I can't really think of. There was a Wolverine game, which came off one of the movies, one of the Wolverine movies, which was really good as well. And it didn't look like, the beauty of it was the Wolverine in the game didn't look like Hugh Jackman, it looked like Wolverine from the comics. But it was still following the Hugh Jackman sort of storyline. That was a really good game. The Punisher game was awesome. Yeah,
I feel like I had it and I cannot remember it at all, but apparently people say it's very good.
It's very good, yeah.
Was it Punisher Warzone or something?
I can't remember what it's called, but I know it was very brutal. The Deadpool video game.
Yeah, I never played that.
Yeah, that was really big.
That's quite old. That was before he really. That was before he took off, right?
Yeah, 100%. Before the movie, way before the movie. That was really big. That was a really big game. I can't really think of much, to be honest, anymore, that really come to mind.
That stood out.
You know, being that I'm a bit older, I have a bit of memory loss. You know?
Yeah, he's.
Because back in May...
What about on the Commodore 64, man? There was no Super Hero.
I've never had a Commodore 64. I was more Atari, and and Sega Mega Drive. I never went with the Commodore 64. I'm just different like that.
Alright, some video games that we would like to see made, right? Alright, so my first one is Deceased. So, superhero versus zombie game.
Wow.
Yeah, you didn't see that one coming, did you?
No, I didn't see
And I thought of it like, there could be like 3 storylines going on at the same time, right? Because that's kind of like how the story was.
I haven't read Deceased, so it would be a good game getting to.
Yeah, like let's say you got 3 storylines going at the same time, and each storyline has like X amount of characters. Like you might have 3 superheroes in one storyline, another 3, and then maybe 4 in the other one. And kind of like in GTA, you can switch between them all while you're playing. So let's say you're playing one of the storylines and you get bored of it, you want to jump over to another character, and it does that GTA thing where it lifts up out of the world into the sky and then goes across to where the other hero is, and they're battling zombies in their storyline. So it could be like a multi-storyline video game.
Yeah, I've got one similar to that.
Give me a job, video game company.
Another good idea for that game would be like to start it off like a normal video game, right? Like like you're battling, and then all of a sudden the game just turns. You know, like from a superhero game to a horror game.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Alright, what's a video game you'd like to see, mate?
Yeah, really? Okay. Well, being that I love Arkham Asylum, I've thought about this a lot in the past. And when he told me, think of a video game you'd love to see, I said, bang, here's my opportunity to voice it, yeah? Video game companies, are you listening?
Sell it to the world, mate.
Alright. I'm putting this out there to Rocksteady, same developers who did the Arkham Asylum games, a Superman game with the same mechanics but the problem you would have is that Superman's very powerful, and how is he gonna compete? How can anyone compete against him? And so what I would do I would depower Superman. I would make the storyline that something a worldwide event happens, like a worldwide, let's say the sun gets blocked out, right, by like a magic, right, and one of Superman's weaknesses is magic. So in having no sun as well, right, it starts to depower him. So you would get like an energy bar, so you can only fly for so long, and then from then on you would have to just jump really high, right?
Yeah, that's a good one. To limit his power.
You limit his power, and so even with using his eye beams, right? That energy bar at flying, it would be like a energy bar. So every time you use your fly, your beam, your breath, or whatever, that goes down. Once it hits the bottom, you have to find places to recharge it, like at a solar station or something like that. Similar to like the Aliens versus Predator game that was out a couple of years ago, and where the Predator character, he had the gun, the laser thing, but he couldn't use it all the time because it would run out of energy. So you would have to charge it. So similar to that. I would have to see what villains there would be, but I think it'd be similar to the Arkham games. You go up against your villains, and then you have an arch villain who's controlling it all. So yeah, that would be my game I would go to. I would like to see.
Very good. My next one.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about a team game, kind of like because it was a team game.
Oh yeah.
So like there was recently that Avengers game that came out, and I didn't play it. I saw a few people play it. It looked cool to me, but a lot of people who played it said it wasn't. It's kind of average.
Yeah.
So I thought about a team game that I would like to see, and that would be the Teen Titans.
Oh, okay.
And again, obviously, I think the fun thing about a team game is obviously you can go from all the different characters and things like that. So it'd be cool to, you start off, Nightwing, who's just some dude, acrobatic dude.
Acrobatic dude.
And yeah, that's what it is. And then, you move on to someone like, Beast Boy, who turns into an animal, and then you got your Ravens and Cyborgs. I think it's cool to be able to jump characters because, and obviously different missions will need different characters. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Teen Titans I thought would be a good one. Maybe a Teen Titans Go game as well.
Teen Titans Go.
I love Teen Titans Go. People were like, oh, look, Teen Titans Go. Ah! It's like, mate, stop taking life so seriously.
Mate, get over it.
Any other games mate you'd like to see?
Yeah, definitely. I had a bit of a think about this one as well. So think of the MCU, Marvel MCU, right? the movie universe. And so imagine and think about the Infinity Saga, right? That they did 10 years of movies, right?
He's selling it. He's selling it.
So
I feel like
imagine, right, playing imagine playing an epic video game that the storyline goes that from the whole 10 years of movies, starting from Iron Man. So you start off as Iron Man, and then from Iron Man you do the Captain America, and then when you get to the level of the Avengers where you have to join, you get the Switch each. So say it's an online, say it's a game you can buy, and then you add-ons, like you buy add-ons, like through the PlayStation station to store or whatever. So it doesn't have to follow exactly the movie, but single missions of the movies in order. And then you got the Avengers, the first Avengers film. So when you get to that game, that part of the game, you get to switch who you want to play. You can choose, but if you choose one, you stick with it. You can't switch players. But you can go back and play it again. That's the beauty of it, right? Yeah. And then once you finish that part of the section of the game, right, and you defeat Loki in that section of the game, you go on to the next character, whoever
the next phase.
The next phase, yeah, correct, good one, yeah, the next phase, and so on and so forth. And you don't have to do the same storyline as the movies. You can do the stories that we don't see.
One more that I've got a suggestion for.
Oh, you got 3.
I got 3. One more. Well, you don't have any more?
I don't have any more. No.
You're done. All right.
I'm done.
So my last one is an indie book.
An indie book?
Yeah, an indie book.
Okay.
So imagine.
Something is killing the children.
No, it's not. No, think about something else. It's staring you right in the face.
What, this one?
No, it's not.
American Vampire?
Not the table, it's staring at you from somewhere else. Think outside the table.
Noctera?
Noctera! I love that book. Noctera is probably my favourite series going on at the moment.
You love that book?
I love it so much, man. It's so sick. And I think that would make a cool video game. Like imagine open world, sort of black, you're driving a truck around to get from destination to destination. You got shades after you while you're driving the truck from place to place. And then obviously in the missions, it's just you get out there and you're this badass chick who shoots up aliens or monsters, whatever they are.
Whatever they are.
I think that would be a sick game that I would like to play.
Yeah, it's not a bad game. I think they want to go more towards a movie, mate.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that's the type of game that would come out and people would play it and not know that it's a comic book, you know what I mean? Alright guys, that is all we have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys are new, don't forget to subscribe, like this video on the way out, and Mark.
And don't forget to tell us your video games.
Oh yeah.
Tell us your video game, or your video game audience. What was your video game first experience?
What would I do without
What's your favourite video game? Tell us, we want to know. Not this guy doesn't want to know.
I don't care.
He's rubbish. Don't worry about him. Like he told me he's not even going to cosplay for Free Comic Book Day. What is he? He wants to film. That's all he wants.
Anyway, guys, thank you for watching Thank you for watching the Mark Show. And
that's right. That's right. See, one thing he said right. That is correct. Thanks, guys. I love yous all. Talk to
you guys. Until next time, say bye, Mark. Bye, Mark. Keep it simple. I know we're butt to butt, right?
We're butt to butt.
It's really weird. All right, ready?
Ooh. Doesn't mean we're married.
Serious. All right.
You can laugh. It's all right.
No, I'm trying to do
buddy, we're that comfortable with each other, we're touching butts.
Alright, ready? Black bag?
Black
me?
Bag. No.
Come on, man, give me some black bag. How about you, mate? When he first started playing video games, it was that machine with the 2 bars that had the little ball. You know what I'm talking about? That was Mark's first console. It played
Shut up!
It played Pong.
Shut up! Don't do it, it's not fair, right? Not because I'm old. Jeez.